going to do a quick start guide on how to set up your Aeroqual with noise and vibration integrated into it. So the first thing that we're going to do is set up our solar panels. Just going to grab our solar panel extension cable here and come around to the back side of our solar panels. On one end we have this boot connector, and that's going to go into our battery box, so we'll set that aside. And then we have two MC4 connectors, one male, one female. And there's two connectors coming off each panel. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the panels into a series connection. So we're going to take one male off of one solar panel, and we're going to connect it to the female of the other solar panel. And that leaves us with one male and one female from both solar panels. And we're going to connect that to our extension cable. And as long as we're connecting male to female, our polarity should be correct on everything. Now we'll take our boot connector and we'll come over here to our Ultra Power Mate battery enclosure, and we're going to connect the red connector to the red connector here. Plug that in. And we open up our case. We've got a small bank of circuit breakers here. They're all set to off. Before you connect the solar panels, these should be set to off. When they're shipped out, they'll be set to off. But we're going to flip them up into the on position. Close that. And then we're going to connect power into the Aeroqual unit. So we're going to grab an extension cable. So we've got an extension cable here that just has two blue boot connectors. And connect these in, one to the AQS unit and one into the battery enclosure. Alright, now when we come in here to the enclosure to turn this all we have to do is switch the battery to on. And that's going to power on the air quality station. The noise and vibration is on a separate data logger here, which is the Untitled Micromate. We'll get to that in a second. There are three sensor cables coming out of the bottom of the Aeroqual. They are an orange one for weather data, one black one labeled Geo for the geophone, and a black one labeled Mic for the microphone. We're going to first connect the weather station, so we're going to take an orange cable, connect it to the gray cable that comes off of our gill wind sensor. And I'm actually just going to switch this back off and back on now that I've connected the weather sensor. And now we'll connect our noise and vibration sensors to the Untitled Micromate. Now we'll start with the microphone. So to install the microphone, we can clip it onto this clamp here. And you want to make sure when you're installing this microphone that it is pointed horizontally like this towards the source of your noise. And then the red microphone connector here is going to plug into the cable labeled microphone here. You want to be careful to line up the notch on the connector to the notch on the other side, because it's fairly easy to bend those pins if you don't line it up properly. Up. Now we're going to grab our vibration sensor. So this is our geophone. And these come in either blue squares like this or a round all aluminum silver sensor. The sensors themselves are the same. That's going to be installed level on the ground, and we'll connect it the same way, lining up the notches to the cable labeled Geo. Now, depending on what you're installing the geophone on, you either want to bolt this to the ground through the hole in the center, install ground spikes in the bottom for soft ground, and place a sandbag on top. So one of those two options, bolt through the center or spikes and a sandbag on top, and it needs to be installed on level, firm ground. Once the sensors are connected, if you want to come in here tight, we're going to press the sensor check button on the Untitled Micromate. And that should show up passed on all 3 vibration channels and passed on the microphone channel, which is what we've got. So now we can hit cancel and start monitoring. And now we are all up and running, air, noise, and vibration.